G'day everyone, welcome back to another Prime Opposite mission. We are packed up, me, not we, on the Senator. Got big air ski, food, ice, sleeping bags, camping gear. Plan is to stay the night out on the boat, weather permitting. It's going to be a beautiful day today, but that wind does pick up tomorrow morning, so I'll make the call later. Keep an eye on that weather. But yeah, we'll get stuck into it. Water looks clean as clear. We're just coming into kind of mid-autumn here in New Zealand. Great time to be diving. Water's still relatively warm, so yeah, keen as to get underwater. Just going to try new spots today, the whole day. That's the aim of the game. Explore new ground. It's not going to be hard to find a fish or two for dinner, so yeah, looking forward to it. Let's get stuck in. I quickly gear up, jump in the water, load the spear gun, and I'm ready for a day of spearfishing and diving. An inquisitive wrasse comes in here for a look. Very cheeky fish, they'll try and get a free feed if possible. I usually bust open a kinner, otherwise known as a sea urchin. For these fish, they love them, as with most fish on the reef in New Zealand. Two-spot demersal, blue mau here coming in for a look. It's fairly fishy around here. No sign of snapper yet. School of koheru come through. A favourite food by the yellowtail kingfish. Some large drummer up in mid-water here buzzing around. Tide started to push in, so everything's moving up the water column. More and more action slowly occurring. I sink down into this school of two-spot demersal, koheru, the old kahawai in the distance. It's a lovely spot. I spent a few dives here, just immersed in the school of baitfish, hoping for an inquisitive kingfish or snapper to come buzzing through, but nothing seems to be happening in this area, so time to move on. I move around this beautiful group of islands to try another dive spot. Diving in, I'm once again greeted by rainbow wrasse, blue mau, two-spot demersal, and then I spot this wrasse below, which I believe to be an inscribed wrasse. I understand these fish to be quite a rare sighting in New Zealand. Well, for me they are anyways. I think I've only ever seen maybe two. Moving along, I find a nice kelpy rocky ledge here, peering over. Notice a fisherman's line stuck in the kelp here, caught on the reef or reefed by a large fish. There's a few snapper hanging out in the kelp below, hard to see on the camera. So I slowly retreat and decide to lay a ground burley, try to bring in a bigger snapper while I go hunt for crayfish. I find some lovely bouldery terrain covered in kelp near some current, near a point. All good signs, territory for some crayfish, and it doesn't take long before I spot some feelers on the other side of this boulder. Creeping around, just searching under every little crevice and cave, and then I notice some large feelers below under this boulder. I get a breathe up and head back down for a closer look. Sinking down slowly. Black angelfish here. And right in here is a large packhorse lobster. Just seeing the antenna sticking out here. I go for the lunge. He's quite deep in his hole. And I just miss the fish. These packhorse lobster are usually quite docile and easy to grab. And I got a bit confident, unfortunately missing him. I go back down, hunting the area. Where there's one, surely there's some more. Creeping through the kelp beds here. I love diving in the kelp. It's very peaceful. I spot the lobster hooning along the bottom of the seafloor, so dive down quickly, try and get a grab but lose once again, and he tucks up nice and deep in the cave. He wins this battle and I leave him alone and hunt for some other crays. And it's not long before I find a few red crays tucked up under these boulders. Going for the grab and get this one out of this little crevice here. Stoked. Crayfish for dinner. Not big, but it will do. Plenty enough for one person. After spending 30 odd minutes diving for crayfish, I head back with the spear gun to my ledge, a kelpy little rock here, to inspect what's come in on my fish burley. Slowly creeping over the kelp here, peering into this little hole here, and I can see a lot of snapper tails, and there's one big snapper mooching above. Just sit patiently, sit quietly, wait for my chance and extend once the fish is broadside and get an awesome shot into the fish. Not sure what happened here, but I think the shafts hit a rock on the other side, bouncing off, not enabling the flopper to engage on the spear. Unfortunately, the fish gets off. Empty shaft coming up to the surface, not a Spearo's most pleasant sight to see. I'm determined to get a snapper for dinner, and it seems like a good spot, mid-tide pushing, so I give it another 20 minutes to throw a few kinner over into this gutter, and I'm back, and there are two hungry snapper still fighting over the fish carcass, buzzing around here. This one seems very aggressive, very entertained by the carcass. He's focused. So I wait for my opportunity, stretch right out, and this time shaft goes through. I can see the floppers engaged, and I've got a nice snapper for dinner. Happy days. Well, nice little morning dive, a couple hours in the water. Missed that big packhorse lobster, it was a huge one. Haven't seen one of those for quite a while, so I was pretty bummed to miss that, but it's alright. Managed one red cray. So let's have a quick measure of that. It's a female, so it's going to be 60 mil. Let's have a look. Yep, there we go. Got a couple of millimeters of spare. Beautiful. So that's dinner sorted. Got my crayfish. Unfortunately missed that big snapper, just ripped off or just went in and out. The flopper didn't engage, so yeah, bit of a bummer to let that one go, but got a nice another fish here. Beautiful snapper. So yeah, there we go, dinner sorted. Have a cook up later, got a few little recipes planned for later. Gonna push on, tuck out of this wind that's picking up, coming through here, scout a bit more country, have some lunch. Got all day to cruise, and then I'm gonna have to tuck around one of these islands as that wind's picking up tonight, find a nice anchorage, and yeah, looking forward to setting up camp. Just really enjoying camping out on the boat at the moment. Plenty of more of this to come. Now, well, anchored up. Gonna have a coffee. Nice to get the seafood in the bin for dinner. Bit of pressure off the back. Not that it's difficult to get a feed, but yeah, I was really looking for a cray, so I'm stoked with that. All good. Let's have that coffee, get some caffeine back into me. These little cappuccino sticks, so good out hunting and diving, just especially out hunting in the hills. I've used these a fair bit. So light, and makes a creamy little cappuccino. Don't know what's in them, probably no good, but they taste alright. Anything better than this, recommendations, hit me up. Didn't mix that too well. Not bad at all. I'd mix it better than I did though. Swallowed a big hunk of coffee. Pretty good. That'll warm me up. Good to stay warm. Good quality wetsuit, food, energy, drinking my electrolytes. So yeah, if you just look after your body throughout the day, there's no reason you can't dive 6-7 hours and stay warm. Well, another cray on board, and just going to tuck into this little cove here. Looks beautiful, very sheltered, and that's going to be an amazing backdrop for the evening. How stunning, incredible, eh? Getting as close as we can and tuck out all the conditions, and yeah, mint little spot for the night. Look at this, wow. Awesome. Here we are. Water's pretty clean here as well. You can see to the bottom about 10 meters. Time to sort this boat out, get this all clean, dry, get the tent set up, and let's get cooking. I'm pretty hungry. Gonna do some crayfish popcorn, so if you haven't heard of that or seen that, it's pretty easy, but yeah, stick around. Righto guys, got the tent set up. Bed's gonna go down there. Got the cob grill cranking away. That's going really hard actually. Might just close that up for a bit. We've got our snapper. We're gonna do a snapper kind of rice stir fry. Don't know what it's going to be. Got heaps of ingredients. I just grabbed a whole bunch of stuff from home, so we'll make kind of a stir fry, but not a stir fry, something like that. First up though, got the cray from earlier in the day, so let's do some crayfish popcorn to start off with. It's going to be good. Right, we've got our meat out of the tail, and we'll just dice it into some chunks. There we go, yum yum. Righto, we've got our crumbed crayfish, little bites. Once that butter's really nice and hot, straight in there, and then we're gonna top it off with a bit of wasabi mayo for a dipping sauce. Yeah, we'll get the snapper sorted, cut off one of the fillets, and yeah, looks like we'll be eating all right tonight. There we go. Ideally you want a bit of oil, shallow fry, get it really hot, but it'll taste good still. I'll add some more butter, can't go wrong, eh? Alright, okay, looks done. Yum, taste test. A little bit of salt. Oh yeah, dip that in there. Wow. Oh yeah, haven't done this for a while. Always good. Oh man, that wasabi mayo mix is so good. Wow. Oh yeah, I could eat this all night. Might have to cut that other crayfish up I've got. That is just so good. Right, so I've got the rice and onions cooking away. There's a snapper all diced up ready, and I've got a bunch of random herbs out of the garden yesterday. Oregano, thyme, got some chives, tomato and some garlic, so I'm gonna whack all that up, chuck it in and put the fish in last, not to overcook it, and I don't know, see what it tastes like. Got some mayonnaise and kai tai fry here just to save the day in case, but I think it'll be alright. Everything tastes good, eh, when you're out hunting or camping out on the boat like this. It always tastes better. Look at this place. The forest is going off. It's very, very noisy. Full of bird life, so that's good. Good to hear. Magic evening. Complete glass off. Alright, man, this cob's gone hard. Man, it's got some heat. Alright, that looks beautiful. Kind of a risotto, I guess. Add that fish, fresh snapper. Just add a touch more water. More butter in there. Get that all in. I think this random meal is actually going to come together and taste alright. Smells good, looks good. Okay, I reckon it's done. Let's have a look. Yeah, man. The snapper looks super done. Oh yeah, look how soft, it's breaking in half. Well, I suppose I better test it. Got enough food for about 5 people, but yeah, better to be full than hungry, eh? Oh. That's very tasty. Pretty simple recipe. A little bit more salt and maybe a little hot sauce, but yeah, man. Oh well. I'm gonna finish this off. Pretty hungry. This cob's amazing. They go for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Well, I've got a little bit of wind, but I'm settled in for the night now. Hopefully my little tent holds up. I love sleeping on boats and on kind of single beds. When I got introduced to spearfishing, I worked on a luxury explorer yacht, private yacht, big 15 metre thing with heaps of toys and whatnot. Anyways, you share cabins and you got your little single bunk beds and ocean crossings and whatnot, and just that rock on the ocean swell just puts me to sleep, eh? Some people hate it, can't sleep. I just, yeah, just rocks me to sleep like a baby. So it's quite nostalgic being out here, even on the little alloy tinny, but it's yeah, I'm enjoying my sleeps out here. So we'll see what happens in the morning. See how strong that wind is. I know it is getting up to about 12-15 knots, which is going to be a bit bumpy around here, so I'll try sneak a morning dive in. I would like to take a bit of fish home because I've got nothing at home, and yeah, I'll update you in the morning. Survived the night. Just woke up. We've had some pretty decent rain. My weather forecast on the rain was a bit off, but we've stayed nice and dry in the tent overnight, and just waiting for that sunrise to come up. A little bit of swell, not too much wind on this side, so I'll try and get a dive in, get that wetsuit on. We're going to get wet anyways by this rain. It looks pretty set in. And yeah, see what's happening in the water this morning. Grab a coffee and yeah, wait till we got some light. We're into it. Finally getting a bit of light coming through. I jumped back into the water for one last dive, one last crack at some fish this morning, sinking down into these beautiful kelp beds, a lovely piece of coastline. Moving my way down to the bottom, I'm just sifting through these large kelp stalks, still on the hunt for a few crayfish, seeing what's about on the seafloor. Moving on, I find another big puffer fish, porcupine fish in the shallows. Often see these guys just chilling out in the shallow water. Another ray below, resting up on the boulders. A school of piper fish come buzzing through. Another favourite food of yellowtail kingfish, so I'm being aware, looking out for any large yellow and green bodied fish in the distance. A young octopus here with their incredible camouflage. Amazing creatures. I keep looking and manage to find a few crayfish here in a little gutter. Missed this one, but managed to secure this fish. Another nice red cray that goes in the bag. And continue my hunt for some snapper or kingfish. I set another ground bait over a good looking ledge and sink down here after letting it sit for a while. Surely I can get a snapper off this burley. Creeping slowly across this rock face, using the kelp for cover. Slowly peering through, I can see some fish in the distance, tearing my bait to shreds. They look very preoccupied, so I move out from the kelp and slowly push towards them. I spot the biggest fish, stretch out, straight arm, and get a beautiful shot right through the head of this fish. A beautiful wee snapper. Very happy. After reloading my gun, there's a bit of commotion down below and I see a large kahawai come buzzing through towards the fish burley. I sink straight back down. I line it up and get a beautiful shot right through the fish. Good holding shot, as you need to get with these fish, having such soft flesh. And I've spined it. Beautiful. Lovely big kahawai. Just as I'm about to head back to the boat, I spot even more pigfish milling down below and a large school of baitfish, so here I go. I sink back down, just hovering above the kelp bed below. There's koheru, all sorts buzzing around. A beautiful fishy little spot with clean water. I'm just taking it all in, watching this beautiful school of bait dance around, and then this pigfish comes straight for me. Get a nice shot right in the head, and the fish does the classic backflip, and that's me done. 3 beautiful fish. Time to head back to the surface, time to head back home. Oh, that was a mint little dive. Very quiet for a while. Decided to set a ground bait for some snapper. Left it for about 30 minutes, good 30 minutes, maybe more, and came back over through those weeds there off that ledge. The whole fish that I'd put down as a bait was almost demolished, so I chose the biggest one on there. Nothing else is going to come on, and yeah, Nice wee snapper. Nothing to complain about there, beauty. And then this big kahawai just came cruising in, eh? He was on a mission. But by himself, and yeah, nice big kahawai, beautiful fish. And then there was quite a few of these piggies down there. Haven't had one of these for ages. Nice white flesh, so took one of these. So that worked out alright. All happened within the space of about 10 minutes. A couple of fish on board, so yeah, we might cruise. Don't want to push it. Cheers for tuning in, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that adventure. If you did, feel free to give me a thumbs up on the video. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button for more action like this. Plenty more to come. If you want to support the channel, primopursuit.co.nz for my merch. Links in the description. I hope I've inspired a few of you to get out into nature, get immersed into this awesome sport which is spearfishing. Once again, thanks for all your support, cheers for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Cheers.